You now tuned in to another episode of the Great Minds Think Alike live stream brought to you by GMTA Media, hosted by Orlito and Nove. What's the good word, my brother?
What's going on, man? What's happening? What's the word?
Not much, man. We back at it, bro. It's been a minute. Been a minute.
Yeah, that week off be feeling like a long time, don't it?
Yeah, I do because I ain't even gonna lie. Like people don't really understand. Like we don't even talk as much as we used to just because it is live stream. Just to you know,
just to
like
right, just to preserve the conversation.
yeah. So it's like I love doing the live stream, but it's like damn, I miss my brother. Shit. But man, no, man, it feels great to be back, man, and hope all is well. Hope all has been well with you, my brother.
Absolutely. Hope all has been well with you as well, man.
Man, it seems like I don't know what is it when what like we're like twins or something. Because every time you get sick or feel a certain way, like I get it the next day or so. It's like it happens, and that's what happened that last week, man. Like out of nowhere,
Right.
bro. I just felt ill. I'm like, bro, let's just push this back, bro.
Yeah,
But
that's the
man,
beauty about not having to work under anybody, right? we
it
didn't have
says
to.
host.
We didn't really have to call into anybody. We just called each other like, "Hey, man, I'm not feeling good. You not feeling good? Nah, man. Let's push it back to the. Okay, yeah, that's cool. All right, yeah. See you next week. All right,
That's the beauty of the keyword hosted by Nova and Orlito. If Nova don't feel good, Orlito don't feel good. No great minds think alike. Like, but man, let's get into some quick boxing news. Last week, WBA, WBO, and Ring Magazine strawweight champ Oscar Colasso stops Jason Vasin due to corner stoppage in the seventh round to retain his belt. Um, Ring Magazine undisputed flyweight champ female Gabriela Fundura, sister of junior middleweight champion Sebastian Fundura, stops Alexa Kubicki in round seven as well to retain her belt.
mm,
You get to catch any of those fights?
mm.
Yeah, Oscar Colasso. I seen the highlights on the Ring TV. I be following them on YouTube. I got to see some of his highlights of it. Looked great, man. From the island, so nothing but well wishes,
Nice.
man. Onto some, I would like to say, not tragic, but like some bad news, I guess. Yesterday, after celebrating his homecoming, um, super, what is it? Super middleweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford, had a parade celebrating his victory over Canelo 2 weeks ago. Was arrested last night at gunpoint. TMZ got some video. I just seen it about like
Oh,
30
what?
minutes before. Yeah. So the cop had a flashlight and a gun pointed to Terrence Crawford, telling him, step out the car. Terrence Crawford with his hands up, like, I ain't reaching for a gun. Came out of his car. They put cuffs on him, and that's where the video ended. But there's going to be some internal
That's
investigations
crazy.
on that. So, but shout out to Crawford. There was a beautiful turnout in Omaha, Nebraska. If y'all want to get to check it out, Ring TV on YouTube or on Facebook. They showed a whole parade. Shakur Stevenson spoke. Bo Max spoke. A lot of people spoke. It was a beautiful turnout. Um, Onto some good news. Canelo Crawford, 41 million people tuned in to make it the biggest male boxing event on Netflix. It came second to the exhibition of Tyson and Paul, but as far as boxing, 41 million tuned into Netflix. Your thought on the record-breaking number, bro?
That was who?
Canelo and Crawford, 41 million people tuned into Netflix to catch the fight.
And what record? What place? You said what place was it? Like what place do
Well,
they?
as far as boxing, men boxing is
Hmm.
the highest.
Hmm.
But as far as events on Netflix, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, 108 people,
Oh, okay.
108 million people
No,
tuned.
man, that's crazy because Hmm. When when Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fought, that was free.
on YouTube. I mean,
That
my
was
bad,
free
Netflix.
on Netflix. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Damn. And so he had the highest grossing, because of Tyson, because of Tyson. I mean,
There's
right?
no other way around it.
Because of Tyson, yeah.
There's no other way
Everybody
around
wanted
it.
to see, yeah, yeah. No, but that's that's dope considering that.
Shout out my brother Joey D. Love, brother.
Yeah, what up, Joey? Yeah, considering that, I think like maybe I'm not gonna say like but yeah, I think like a majority of those people that probably tuned into that fight was like rooting for Canelo. Well, he was the favorite. You know what I'm saying?
It was the favorite for sure. Man, yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't Jake Paul versus Tyson. It was just what it was. It was an attraction
Yeah,
to me. It
yeah,
was
it was
just an
an exhibition,
attraction.
just like the. Did you hear about the
Tank,
Since we talking
tanking.
about Jake Paul, or should I? Or should I? Are you going to talk
No,
about the
no,
Tank
go
Paul and the
ahead.
Tank,
No,
or
no, go ahead.
Jake Paul and Tank? Um, Supposedly, I heard that they had like a no knockout clause in their contract. Is that true? Did you hear anything about that?
I did not see that, but I did see that it's going to be an exhibition, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. It
Hmm.
moved from Atlanta, Georgia, to Florida because of the regulations, because of the weight disparity. So Atlanta,
Mm.
so the
They
commissioner of
won't let it
Atlanta
happen.
don't let it happen. And I guess the weight limit is 190 or 195. So
Okay.
but there is. I'm gonna have to look into it because maybe you're right, but I did not see that. I did not see that in there.
Okay. Sure.
Um, Turkey Alashi reveals he had a meeting with Canelo. Canelo gave him the boxing glove of the fight and told him he will live out them 2 fight contracts. So we will be expecting Canelo for 2 more fights. That's good news.
Oh yeah. So
Uh,
Canelo owes Turkey 2 more fights, eh?
yeah, and he said he
I wonder
will
what
live up to the
man.
application.
I wonder who who.
But
Yeah,
shoot,
you.
man, look, this is just me, guy. This is just me. I would take a big fight, not a big fight. I'll take that kid, the kid who knocked out Gabriel. No, not Gabriel, the Puerto Rican, Belanga, Belanga,
Is that
Belanga.
Berlanga?
Okay, I'll take
Uh
the
huh.
Arab. Sorry, y'all. I'll
The
take
dude that beat
The
Berlanga?
Saudi. I'll take the Saudi guy who beat Belanga, match him up
Uh-huh.
against Canelo in Saudi Arabia,
Uh-huh.
get that big bank,
Uh-huh.
and then either May or
Mm-hmm.
September line up Benavides and call it a
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah,
And
because I
then
think they kind of I think I seen De La Hoya might have said it. Uh he was
interesting
talking about
point.
like how yeah, he made a very interesting point of how like how he think that kind of dropped the ball on that whole like if they would have put who did he say? They would have put the dude that beat Berlanga and I don't know if he said Benavides together to fight the prelim of the main event
That's
of
not a bad
the
idea.
tear, and then whoever won that fight the winner of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought
That's a
was pretty
good.
cool. But I also don't think like um after seeing what Terrence Crawford did to Canelo, I don't think now I definitely don't think that Canelo stands a chance against Benavides.
I think different. But I
Do
explained that
you?
rematch. Yeah, I'm gonna explain it right now. Joy D rematch for the money for sure, and a lot of people's gonna tune in. Canelo outside of GGG, because he had to draw with GGG, then beat him 2 consecutive times. But if you look at Canelo's losses, he never had a rematch with any of the guys he lost to. So I don't think he'll do no different in a rematch, but I'd cash out
Hmm.
if that was the case. Um,
Right.
Reno the Dawn, my brother, love Rosie,
Shout out
appreciate you. You
Reno.
know. So here's my thing, Orly. So quick question: Bivol, Crawford, Mayweather gave Canelo fits because of what?
Bivol, Mayweather,
And
Crawford
Crawford.
gave Canelo uh, because of speed and I think accuracy as well.
Okay. Um. Also, outside of Bivol, but Crawford and Mayweather, we will say footwork, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Moving in
And
and
you,
out, like not staying in the pocket, just
so you don't think a guy like Benavidez that's going to be coming forward, throwing all these punches, is not going to stand still enough for Canelo to rip into them body shots?
yeah. I guess I never really thought about it like that.
I didn't think of it either.
I just look at it more or less like because he will have to go up and wait to fight Benavidez.
That's if okay. If he's got to go up and wait for the belt,
Hmm.
but if Benavidez, okay, put it like this: if he's gonna challenge Benavidez, yeah, go up there. But if Benavidez calls him out, I'll tell him how Mayweather. You're gonna have to come see me there. I'm
Yeah,
not
come
going there.
see me over here.
Come see me.
Right, right,
But I
right.
think I'm not saying that he doesn't have a chance to beat Canelo because
Hmm.
he is, his activity. You know, he does throw a lot of punches, but he also is
Hmm.
not great with his footwork. And what does
Defensively,
yeah, and what does Canelo need is someone to stand in the pocket for he could
just stand
bing.
there so he could just hit. Right.
So I'll be
He
the
needs a
first
punching
one.
bag.
So I'll be the first one right here to months ago we talked about why is Canelo not given the opportunity to Benavidez, who was his mandatory. That's no longer the question. Canelo don't have belts. Canelo is
Hmm.
not holding up the division no more, right? But now, now that he's free and obligational free, right?
He's free.
So I believe this would be a perfect matchup for his last fight. Why? Because one, what better way to go out than going out on top and beating the guy they said you ducking or you fear, right?
Right.
Two, what better way to go out than passing the baton to the next Mexican guy? He's
Right.
in a
If you do
win-win.
lose, you mean.
He's in a win-win, sir.
Right,
He's in a win-win.
right.
So I'll be the first one to say I believe Benavidez earned his mandatories when he was in 168 or 170 or 168, but Canelo's not champ no more. So if this fight do materialize, I'll be the first one to say that I got Canelo either by not unanimous by a split decision or maybe a late round stoppage. I'll be the first one to say that.
Mm.
Let's continue. WBO super welterweight champ Xander Zayas from Puerto Rico has signed a deal with Rima Sports, a marketing agency co-founded by mega global star Bad Bunny, who we'll be speaking about later on. Congratulations, Xander, because you're in a great place.
Yeah, yeah. You know who this a little bit backtracking because we were just talking about this, but so when me and my barber we was talking, he ended up telling me, and I kind of agree with him that you know that one dude, David Morrell,
Mm-hmm.
when
The
him and
one
David
that
Benavidez fought.
gave him help.
I think that yeah, I think that was like a clash of you know what I'm saying. That I think
Mm-hmm.
that they should do another one of those, or maybe
Me
even
too.
put him in the conversations. They should do a part two of that, or maybe even put Morrell in the conversations of fighting some of the people that's been in tossed up in that whole discussion.
For sure. I totally agree with that assessment too. I agree with that. That'd be a good rematch. The first one, David Morrell told him, I'm not gonna shake your hand, going into this fight, and it was a good fight. David
Mm-hmm.
Benavidez was. Davis Benavidez for the first time was actually startled by the disrespect of Morrell. He didn't fear the Nightmare,
Right,
you know.
right.
So what? Yeah, the Mexican Monster and Motro. That's what. That's exactly. I was about to say,
Mm-hmm.
what do they call Benavidez? But you're right. Um, so this where we usually transition to the hip hop news, but the last bit of boxing news correlates with hip hop. So bear with me. Here we go, y'all. Adrian Boner was kicked off Cameron's head.
That's a crazy segue. That's a
It
crazy
correlates
segue.
boxing and hip hop. So Adrian Broner was kicked off the Camerons. It is what it is podcast after flirting with the co-host after being told
Yeah, he
not
just
to.
kept on having outbursts. He had kept on having outbursts. It was wild. Grown man
Um,
kept on having outbursts. And Cameron kept telling him over and over. He was looking at him serious, like, bro, we literally talked about this off camera, and I told you about it again, and you just keep doing it. He's
yeah,
like,
he
I'm gonna
did. He
pay you
said,
for your time.
bro, he looked
Yeah,
like,
he said he gotta go.
hey, when he took off the thing to walk over there, he looked at mad like, fucking. But man, he was lit as fuck. Yeah,
He was super drunk.
so they showed other clips after that where I guess they were still trying to go do their recordings, and you can hear AB outside talking reckless, and Cameron's like, "You junkie, you drunk. We only wanted you for entertainment," which was I think that part of it turned it ugly or whatever.
I didn't
But
even see that part.
yeah,
I
I
didn't
ain't
even
gonna lie,
see that part.
I could get
That's wild.
I could guess, you get irritated, you'll say whatever you gotta say, right? But I think
Yeah.
the where he kicked him off and shit, that shit was hilarious. AB
And I
did
think
take
it
it
was.
to.
I think it. Yeah, I think it was. It was. Actually, kind of professional on his behalf in a sense because he didn't like. He didn't really cause a scene. He didn't like. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? He just kind of. He just kind of walked them out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you. I'm pay you for your time. And I don't need you anymore. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought that was smooth instead of hit like kind of stood
Shout,
up for his co-host or whatever you want to
yep.
say, right?
Shout out, yep. Shout out to Cameron. That was a stand up thing to do. It shows women. There's men that stick up for women when being harassed or whatnot, and that was a good look
Hmm.
actually. So shout out to Cameron. But a few days ago,
Yeah, and Adrian Broner looked like the creepy uncle.
man, he was like, man, Stat, I just can't help myself.
Oh, he was like,
Oh
man,
man.
tripping.
AB will take to Instagram, big bro. As a man, I can truly apologize. My end, I F with you, heavy gang. All that internet stuff, I will never internet biff with a I looked up to since I was a baby. I hope ain't no bad blood in between us like arm wrest, cause I'ma go shake this monkey off my back and get my together. And I would love if you be a part of my next chapter in my life. Love, gang. Cameron will respond. Thanks for that, bro, because I feel the same. I love you like a brother, and I'm here for whatever you need. So turned out
Hmm.
um that was kind gesture for Cameron, because obviously we know AB was a prospect. He was destined to be great, and he just blew it all, threw it all away. And just to
Hmm.
see, just to see where he's at in
Crazy,
life right now, me personally,
right?
AB, wish you the best in your journey, man, and come back 100%, chat for sure, because you were one of my favorites. Not some of the shit you said, but in that ring, you were good, my man.
Put the bottle down.
Facts.
Put the bottle down.
Um, There also another bit of embarrassing news. Video surface of him trying to walk out on a $2,500 tab. So
Again, faded. Again, faded. He was faded in that video as well.
So best of luck to you, champ, because it's been a good 2 weeks for you. Let's see what we have. New music this week. Rush featuring Big Sean, Shut Me Up. Ian, I Ain't Coming Back. G Herbo, Reason. Polo G, Chinatown Part 2. Danny Brown, Starbus, Fire. T Grizzly, Back to Michigan, Fire. Mobb Deep, Taj Mahal, Dope. New albums. Cardi B, I Am Drama. Currency, 915. He's been on a hell of a run lately. J Electronica, hip hop's most what ifs, what would happen. Dropped 3 freaking projects. J Electronica just came out of nowhere. Dropped a written testimony, Leafette. A written testimony, Power at the Rate of My Dreams. And a written testimony, Mars and the Inhabited Planet. Puerto Rican from the Bronx, Brooklyn, Joel Ortiz dropped Love, Peace, and Trauma. Young Thug dropped Scooty, whatever. YFN Lucci, Already Legend, and it was the return of the snowman. Young Jeezy dropped Still Snowing. And that is the new music this week. You got a chance to hear any of that music, brother?
No, I haven't.
Next week, next Sunday, let's do a Young Jeezy Still Snowing mixtape review. I want to listen to that. I haven't listened to it. He dropped it today. Happy birthday, Jay-Z. Big fan. Today's Snowman's birthday. So let's get into it. You now tuned in to the Great Minds Think Alike live stream, episode 48, Hell Up in Harlem. Hell Up in Harlem. Bro, it's been messy. Dame Dash, Cameron, they've been everywhere. And it starts with Dame Dash stops by the Breakfast Club. You got a chance to see any of the highlights, viral moments of that?
I seen a little bit of it, like when he was having his little rant and he was going in on Charlemagne and he was about to leave. They told him not to leave. Yeah. But yeah, it seemed like same old Dame. The one thing about, I think, that I could respect, I think, about Dame is like he's never changed like the type of person he is. You see what you get with him, you know what I'm saying? There's no type of like candy paint, candy coat, and no sugar coat, no nothing. You get, you know what I'm saying? And I guess you could respect that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you're getting in, you know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, same Dame, I kind of got that same vibe from like the last time that he was on the Breakfast Club.
It's always it's always a continuation with them.
Yeah.
Few viral moments. I believe it was dope, but what came after that just horrible. We'll get into that. But on the Breakfast Club, funny moments. He was like talked about envy and Charlamagne's sexuality, called Charlemagne G-word and shit like that. And shout out to Charlemagne. He took it in stride, was able to laugh at the joke, you know what I'm saying? But he called Dame Dash Dash. I'm like, man, wow. But during this interview, he claimed he owned the right to the paid in full and that he's the chairman of Revolt. Revolt, the very next day, issued a statement like, no, we're just in negotiation to bring some of your content, but there's never been talks with him. Yeah, dude got on Instagram gloating that he was Cameron's boss. It just was a bad look overall.
Wow.
But so that led into Dame Dash and family threatening Cameron with a $300 million defamation lawsuit. A legal notice was sent. Yeah, for defamation, torturous interference, business disparagement, harassment, conspiracy, and unjust enrichment.
That's crazy. This is becoming a thing.
That's what we talked about, and I'm glad we were the ones who brought it to the table here first.
Speaking of just this part where we're talking about the whole like lawsuit and whatever, did you see the same thing that Kid Cudi won? Kid Cudi said he was gonna take consequence. Consequence. Yeah, he said he's going to take consequence to court because for slander or something, right?
Yep.
Some type of
Yep.
yeah.
I got that.
I was
Yep.
like,
We're gonna speak about
I was
that.
like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's happening.
And we talked about it.
Everybody's suing.
And we talked about it here first. Like, is this gonna become a trend? And it looks like it is. So Dame Dash
Certified
will jump.
lawsuit, boy.
That's the episode. Go check it
Yeah,
out on our YouTube.
certified lawsuit boy. Yeah.
CLB, creepy little bastard. Oh shit. So Dame Dash and Cam will go back and forth on Instagram. I never hustle with Cameron. He's a civilian, but he's fucking with my family office, blah blah blah. Cam will respond in the section. Shut up. No, ninja. I, I, I just started it. Um, he said, fuck out of here with your chat GPT lawsuit. When I countersue you, I'll never really get out of the hole you already in, little. You'll never get out the hole you in, little ninja. Let's play, baby. So Cameron's ready for this lawsuit. A few days later, bipolar Cam, not Cam, Dame will be like via his Instagram. Cam, 50, Detavio. Let's show the world that black people can work together. Challenge. I'm not doing this corny shit on the internet. I got work to do. Let's just resolve this and move forward collectively. Let's show the world that they can't divide us over bullshit and the jig is up. 50, you jump in and say, I agree, Dame, 100%. It's better to work together. We should sit down and figure out how to move forward. I believe we can create a path to more success. Oh, wait, Cam just said, fuck Dame and his fake JPT lawsuit. So it's fuck you, Dame. So Dame's, we talk about him burning bridges left and right, and then he tried to amend one. Do you think, okay, based off the back and forth they already had, right? It wasn't the right time for it, was it?
No, and it's like I said before, you know what you get dealing with Dan. It's not no changing that type of person. You know what I'm saying? That's just who he is. He'll always be that person. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Yeah.
I mean, you seen him one. I mean, I seen this one thing where he was sitting down, uh, like a kind of living room setting with his own brothers, with his siblings,
Yeah.
and was just talking reckless. You know what I'm saying?
To his own
Just
brothers.
very, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's just who he is. So shout out to them for seeing through that apology because it was only an apology probably for him to make himself feel better. You know what I'm saying? So
Or put him in a position.
or put him in a position. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah. Then obviously we all know what happens when this happens, but the nail in the coffin, which I would believe would be Dame Dash would sit down with Supreme son, Supreme
Mm,
Jr., gift him a Rockefeller chain, and I guess they got business going
mm,
forward. We already know.
mm.
We already know the story of Supreme Team and 50 Cent. Um, that was not at all a great look on Dame Dash parts. We know what happens when anytime anybody stand next to 50's ops. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. He just kind of chose a side.
I mean, okay, let's be real. Nas already did the Supreme Team documentary based off the like what you gonna get out of the son. The son doesn't
Hmm.
rap. He doesn't. There's you just did that to be spiteful. We all know that.
Hmm.
That kid's not.
Hmm.
The kid's not doing nothing. What you plan to do with him?
Right.
Supreme and Prince is out, but Supreme got great business with Mass Appeal. So I don't know what Dame was trying to do. I just know it's not going to go well for him in this situation at all. Shit. All right, let's got a few more bits of news and then we be up out of here. Little Dirk trial has been postponed until January 2026. Some of his co-defendants asked for a pushback for their lawyers could get ready for the case. Metro Boomin has been found not guilty on all 4 counts of his civil art trial. Congratulations, Metro Boomin. But
Mm.
I still want justice. Or let me take this back. I want some. What is it when you punish somebody? Um, well, I want some punishment for these girls, these women who be lying. It's not cool for you to make up a lie. People got to waste millions or thousands of dollars in court to defend their honor, to prove they're innocent, just for y'all could go home and that's it. Y'all don't get a citation.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't get 6 months in jail. I'm looking for some.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You get a citation at least, right? At
Yeah,
least a
man.
ticket.
Something, man. We gotta do something because if we lie in court, that's contempt. They'll throw us right in jail for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So something got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Asata Shakur, godmother of Tupac, has died at the age of 78 in Havana, ending a life that
Man.
has helped shape Black radical politics and left a lasting impact on hip hop's political voices. Um, rest in rest in paradise, Asata Shakur. Um, you remember her
Absolutely.
story, Orly?
Um. No, I don't.
So the Panthers back in when the Panthers started, I forgot who's the other person, but she was one of the allegedly she was one of the people involved in a bombing of a police station.
Okay.
Yeah,
Think I heard of this.
So she fled to Cuba where they held her down for all these years. Shout out Cuba. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
NBA young boy has been tearing shit up across country, but had a cancel his concert in Chicago due to health safety concerns. I don't even know why
Mm-hmm.
y'all booked to go there, but that was smart. I
Right.
don't even know. You know,
But he still wanted to go take pictures by the mural.
no, that's fake.
Oh, that fake?
Yeah, the mural's been gone.
Okay. I thought so. When I seen that picture, that's what I thought. I was like, man, I thought that mural was gone. But I didn't even look into it. That's my bad.
Yeah, no, I be watching Trapper Ross. You know who Trapper Ross is, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I seen that shit a few months ago when they defaced it. Um, Jay Z and Nas were 24 years after the battle, and they're still battling. Last week, Jay Z lost his bid. Jay Z and Rock Nation lost a bid for a casino in New York City's Times Square. A panel of 42 voted no. A week later, Nas' $5 billion partnership with Resorts World New York City have been approved for a casino in Queens. What's funny, if you check out the video, somebody said, "Sorry, Jay Z, Queens get the money. We win again."
That's pretty funny.
It was. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, "Congratulations, Nas." Then when I heard, I'm like, "Ooh, petty." He petty. Not it wasn't Nas though, but shit. Congratulations to Nas on being approved for his casino. Nas been on a hell of a
Yeah, that's
business run
dope.
lately.
Hmm.
Okay, we almost out of here, Mike. Bad Bunny, Bad Bunny, residency generated $713 million economical impact on Puerto Rico, 4 times more than
Sheesh.
projected. Amazon, which hosted the last concert, No Me Quiero Ir de Aquí, Una Más concert, reports Bad Bunny's stream broke records all across, making it the most viewed concert in Amazon history. Congratulations on
Yeah.
El Humalo.
Think it was like 11.5 or something million.
Yeah, broke records, man. It was a beautiful concert too, man. I was glad I got to experience it,
Hmm.
man, from the living room.
Yeah, yeah, me too. And it was crazy because Hectic, shout out Street Team Hectic, he was the one that told me, he was like, I'm finna go see this Bad Bunny concert. I was like, what is you talking about? He was like on Amazon on the TV, da da da. And then I started looking into it, and I was like, oh snaps! So then I ended up catching it myself.
Yeah, I didn't catch it the same day, but I ended up catching it. But dope concert. Um, Midwest legends Bone Thugs and Harmony will receive a hometown salute during a celebration at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this comes 2 months after the news broke that in 2026 they will be getting their own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Congratulations, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Nice.
You know, big fan over here. So I'm just waiting for that induction. Orlito, I'm gonna say it right here. When Bone Thugs and Harmony get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is in Cleveland, let's go.
Cleveland for sure.
Let's go. Um, Young Thug and YFN Lil G stunned the hip hop scene or Atlanta scene by squashing their beef and appearing on each other's albums. I don't know how to feel about that yet, but I guess. But other people had comments. 21 Savage will comment, y'all want ninjas to be forever, then say they ain't appreciate their blessings if they get locked up for it. Urging critics to shut up. Lucci would always also comment, first off, we've been through a lot. Everybody lost people. We lost people. More important shit, we lost our time. We had to be away from our family. So coming home is like, damn, what the hell can a ninja do to bro? We're gonna keep doing that shit and end up back in jail, or one of our homies dead, or one of us dead, or we're gonna fix this shit and make this shit look good for that. Hey, um,
Too late.
again,
Looks bad already.
yeah,
I mean, that's cool. That's dope that they did that. So I'm not like whatever that, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's just, it's too late. There's too much damage already has been done.
facts. I agree with that. I was always wondering why, why a hip hop OG hasn't said nothing about this Drake lawsuit. And guess what? My wish has came true. Ghostface Killer, Ghostface Killer from the legendary Wu Tang Clan speaks. Wu Tang Clan. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be chopping shit up. Wu Tang Clan ain't nothing, but you know what I mean. He would speak on the lawsuit, Mano. He would say, I mean, I would never have did it. People be fighting. Sometimes rap is a street game. Man, we did this from the streets. Battle goes with raps. And it's like, yo, you got to be able to take it, man. And if you was to take that L, it's like, yo, son, you lost. You can't just go sue the company because even if there was nothing behind it and he just would have beat you with bars, it's like, yo, bro, you got beat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Got beat.
and this guy comes from that era where, like everybody was just taking shots left and right at each other. That battle,
Mm-hmm.
that for that crown of the King of New York. So it was refreshing to see one of the old school OGs speak on it because I don't know what is it about Drake, but a lot of people like to beat around the bush with this situation. So it was good to see that. ASAP Rocky would also comment on the Drake lawsuit. The battle between Kendrick and Drake, not Drake versus everybody else who might have said something at that time. And that's mainly why I fell back. I just hate the way it's turning out with Drake suing and all that. What part of the game is that? What type of shit is that? That's none of my business. Kind of funny you were commenting on it, but still say none of my business.
It's funny. He should have started off with "That's none of my business," but
but
I
your thoughts on any of these guys' comments?
mean, I think he's right when he said, what type of stuff is that when you just take that as even in anything. There's like it's like an unwritten rule, I guess, that everybody knows. Like when you lose at something, you humble yourself, you take the loss, you know what I'm saying? And then you walk it off and you know what I'm saying, go on with your life and you know what I'm saying? It's just what happens. You lose at things. People lose at basketball. People lose at boxing. People lose at fights. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Just that suing shit, boy. I can't wait to see how it plays out. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Can you
Speaking of suing,
imagine? Man.
speaking of suing, you brought it up earlier. Consequence claimed that Kid Cudi was the reason the Kanye and Drake collab never happened. The album never happened. Talking about Cudi being on substance and etc. So Cudi would respond talking about, I need to get a retracted statement, and if not, you'll be hearing from my lawyer. I'm gonna hit you in them pockets. I'm gonna hit you in them pockets for that little bit of change you got. It's gonna be mine. It
It's
started a
crazy.
trend. It started a
Yeah,
trend already.
it sure did.
And we got two more bits pieces before we get up out of here, Mono. But first of all, shout out Railroad Enterprise. Shout out United Streets. Um, that is the foundation behind GMTA Media. Um, expect big things to come from both of them entities soon because we both put them entities to the back burner to make sure we got this going. Now we do got this going. We got a lot going on with GMTA Media, but we are going back to the foundation. Expect stuff coming from United Streets and World Enterprise. My brother Orlito and me myself. Um, Shout out anybody, whoever liked, subscribed, commented. You already know we appreciate all the love, all the engagement. We would be doing this regardless of the fact, but it makes us do it with a lot more um, enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And last but not least, shout out Orlito, my brother, man. It's been a year and 2 weeks. Congratulations, man. We got some, and man, I look forward to see what the next year brings, bro. Um, Before we wrap this up, you want to say anything before these last two bits pieces?
No, man, just shout out to everybody that stays rocking with us, and um, yeah, man, we appreciate y'all.
Facts. And we look forward to rocking with y'all soon. Um, some of y'all don't know, but we got y'all in some place, and hopefully y'all can see the vision and we work together. If not, we'll find somebody else to work with. Don't get that fucked up. So let's go. There's a video surfacing where Ye's in the studio with Playboy Cardi, and he explains to Cardi why he left Pusha T's verse off the song Off the Grid. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, this kind of broke my heart. Kanye will state, I'd rather y'all be like, I'm killing 20 ninjas or I'm fucking too many bees and all that shit than y'all saying Black Lives Matter shit on my shit.
Mm.
I mean, Kanye, man. Damn. So the way I interpret it as, right, I always believed that, I always thought until Donda. I think Donda's when I started seeing a lot of the recording process that I see. But I thought people had creative control when they record with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder what verse was that Pusha they took off. But he basically said, I'd rather hear you talk about drilling people and fucking bitches and partying on my album than any positive shit. I know
That's
you
crazy.
yeah. So that's your thoughts. That's crazy as fuck, ain't it?
Hmm.
Now, the last bit, I usually don't pay attention to nothing this guy says, but considering, oh yeah, one last piece of bit. Happy Latin Heritage Month, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Happy
sure.
Latin Heritage Month. Um, all the Latin cultures, all the Latin
Yeah.
ethnicity. Um, so I'm gonna end this with this. I don't pay attention to what this guy says, but I thought about it, and I thought I will bring it to the table. 6ix9ine says, if you're Latino or Hispanic, there's no space for you in the rap game. What's your thoughts on that, Orly?
Hmm. I
right?
don't like.
Hmm.
I don't like 100% agree with that, but I guess I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, I did the exact same shit you did, bro. I swear to God, though, came out of me because I promise you, bro. Like there is some Latinos that are we see that are visible, right? But
Mhm.
I don't think since Big Pun we had a Latin presence, like a superstar. I'm not trying to hear
Yeah,
about the
no, yeah,
Mex.
yeah.
I'm not trying to hear
No,
about
no, I
Mexican
agree.
OT and you know what I'm saying?
Or like
You,
Joel Ortiz or nothing like that.
yeah, like even Joel Ortiz
Because
wasn't
they're just,
that. He
yeah,
was
because they're
just
just, they want, they didn't, they didn't, reach that level of success, I guess you could say. Uh, yeah.
something to think about, bro. Because I instantly did exactly what you did. I was like, huh. And I thought about, I was like, man, well, there's Lefty Gunplay, Mexican OT, Cap G, LV the God. I thought about lot of Latin rappers, right? But then I really thought about it, like
Hmm.
they don't, they're not stars though. They're not fucking.
Mm-mm.
What's the guy's name? They're not Big X the Plug. They're not
Right, right.
the country singer guy. I forgot the country singer. My boy, I like his voice. Jelly Roll. They're not Jelly. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, right.
So it was
Right.
interesting, and I wanted to have your take on that because I don't usually, with a grain of salt, I listen to 600. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
that kind of like stuck to me. And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't 100% agree with it. I believe there is space for us, but there hasn't really been room at the top for us in a long fucking time, brother.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it has to do with a couple things, with a few things. We could agree that rap isn't like when Pun and them was rapping, like that type of rap in itself it was like more substance or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to like the rap from like this day and age. You know what I'm saying? I guess I could say like the rap from this day and age, and not all of it, but a majority of it is kind of like simplified and dumbed down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree
So I don't know.
100%.
Maybe like what was that one the last dude and like you said, it wasn't like he was like a global superstar, nothing like that, but he popped for a little bit and he did the drill music that uh Whoopty and
CJ,
CJ.
CJ, CJ.
CJ. He was Hispanic, wasn't he?
Yeah, actually, he was. He was. He
Yeah.
was.
And I think besides like him, like they had a little buzz for that little bit of time. Yeah, it's like but maybe it's for a reason.
I think Mel, because
Maybe.
Mel. I'm thinking Mel because now that I think about it, Cardi rapped for us. She's Latina
Yeah, yeah, true.
and she's a
Yeah, she's a
superstar.
superstar. Yeah, true. Yeah, I didn't
I didn't
even. I
think of.
forgot about her.
I thought about that right now when you mentioned somebody you just mentioned CJ.
Yeah,
I brought up CJ.
and even when you think of her and her music, it isn't like we can agree that her bars ain't nowhere is like comparable to Big Pun.
We could, yeah, for
You know,
sure, for sure, for sure.
you know what I'm saying? So I guess you just kind of see like, I guess like what I've noticed about like rap and hip hop is like when it was like back in the day, it was like I guess it was like held to a higher like standard, I guess you could
Yeah,
say, right?
yeah.
And then it eventually just kind of like people just kind of start letting anything and anybody and you know what I'm saying? And then I
Everybody's
guess it
welcome to the
just kind of
party.
yeah, so
Everybody's welcome to the party, man. Yeah. So that was the last bit of news I wanted to talk on because that was it was interesting considering the month we in, and I was like, I agree, man. Like I kind of agree with him. Like I won't say there's no space for us or there's no
Mm-hmm.
room for us. I won't say
Mm-hmm.
that. I would just say we haven't been in like that upper echelon since Pun. Yeah, Fat Joe, he had hit since, but Fat Joe was around before Big Pun. I'm talking about the
Yeah.
last superstar that was broke
And
like
I
that.
feel like he didn't really rep like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I guess we knew like by what do you call it by default. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't really rep like Pun rep. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
Pun
agree.
like rep. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he was the Tito Trinidad of the hip hop game for us.
For
That
sure.
that
For
that
sure.
beautiful flag that sits behind you,
Yeah.
Big Pun covered on it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I I can speak about what that man made me feel as a Puerto Rican all fucking night.
Mm-hmm.
Like Big Pun was awesome.
For
He was the
sure.
Tito Trinidad, and I would say, I mean, it could be contested. I'm not talking about Cardi B, but it could be like discussed that we haven't had a Latin superstar since. I don't think.
Mhm.
I could be wrong, but I don't think.
And like, and you talk about it, hip hop,
Yeah,
rap and
yeah, for
hip
sure.
hop.
Because Bad
Yeah,
Bunny's
yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest.
Because we got
Bad
Bad
Bunny's the
Bunny,
biggest.
right? Bad
Bad
Bunny's
Bunny's
the
the
biggest,
biggest.
like all the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Bad Bunny, we're global. We're talking about hip
Worldwide.
hop.
Yeah, global,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
global. Bad Bunny, fucking shit. He carries the island. I think that's
Hmm.
the man. That's the man. But yeah, that
That's
was it.
another thing that I saw one day when they did the thing with when he did that thing with Amazon, that Amazon and him partnered up like to like I don't remember exactly what they were, but it was certain things like for Puerto Rico, like education, STEM research, this and that, and, you know what I'm saying, like a couple little different things that um did that basically like put money towards like to fund for these type of things around the island. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
man,
that
that's pretty
Reba
dope.
Sports. Yeah, that's through his
Yeah,
Reba thing. So yeah, he's doing big,
yeah.
bro. Like I said, uh, ain't nobody. I think Bob Marley, since Bob Marley ain't been a global superstar that embodied culture more than Bad Bunny. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah.
don't know. I think the most Canadian person that made me feel like it was Bret the Hitman Hart, and that says enough. Like when I think of Canada,
Right.
I don't think of Drake. I think of Bret the Hitman Hart. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, go ahead, my brother. That wraps up the news. I'll let you take us home, G.
Well, man, appreciate y'all again for tuning in on another lovely episode of Great Minds Think Alike with myself and Nove. We'll be here next Sunday as well to discuss some more topics, some more news, the music views, and things of this nature. So, yeah, we'll catch you next week, Sunday. Until then, y'all have a blessed rest of the week, and we'll see y'all Sunday. Peace.
Pack. I don't do football, but go pack, go.
Go Pack Go.